Okay.
Yes, hello. It's your boy Eduardo Jackson back again with the Cinema Draft Podcast, episode 9, with our mystery guest, Lolita Files, author,
Mystery day.
producer, writer, entrepreneur, social savant. Say hello to people, Lolita.
Mystery day. Are they ready for your mystery day?
Welcome to the Cinema Draft Podcast, where daily fantasy sports meets the movies. But instead of drafting athletes from teams, you're drafting actors from movies, and how their movies perform at the North American box office earns you points for your call sheet of actors while competing against others for fun and prizes. We will get into all the gameplay later, but right now I am broadcasting from the lovely Lolita Files, Los Angeles, California residence. And what shall be our drinking game this week, Lolita?
Ooh, drinking game.
Yes. What word that we love to use among common company that we like to use that might get people lit AF?
Lit AF.
How about, actually going off of what we just saw, let's just use the word appropriation because we're about to get into what I'm watching, and we just saw an episode of Atlanta that blew my hair back.
Mine too.
My goodness. And she had a lot of hair, y'all. She's rocking a beautiful fro. Everyone out there with Friend V, let's give it up for the return of the fro. Yes, and what's becoming almost a weekly ritual now is my love affair with this show, Atlanta. Yes, we know I went to Morehouse College. Yes, we know Atlanta's my favorite city in the country. But yes, we know that this show, it might be my favorite show of the decade. My God, this episode tonight, spoiler alert, although this will be going up Wednesday morning. If you haven't seen it, that is on you. My goodness, it probably crammed every single black bourgeoisie stereotype, notion, anything that you've ever come across with just bougie black folks into one episode. And even better than that, it went its level further by introducing that just pure cultural white appropriation of black culture. And all I gotta say is I'm totally here for this episode. It probably gave life to every thought I might have had of some of that one random white person who comes in, who tries to be down, who tries to tell you about your history, who tries to be blacker than you. I just couldn't take it, Lolita. I couldn't take it.
It was awesome.
Oh my goodness. And we were sitting there like just screaming the entire time, almost like these people cannot exist. But I mean,
but they exist, and they exist aplenty.
In positions of power, no less. Oh my God, it was kind of scary, but I was laughing through the tears. Atlanta, I love you. Donald Glover, keep doing your thing. Hey, actually, let's give it up to Donald Glover.
Donald Glover is the bomb.
The new Lando Calrissian. Yes, ring that register. Fun fact, I went to school, like high school, with one of the co-directors of the Han Solo movie. Shout out to Christopher Miller. Hopefully we'll be playing Cinema Draft this week. I did hit him up. Hopefully we'll see a call sheet in there from Lord and Miller. They are noted fantasy football addicts. And yes, and I think Percy, you know who you are. G-Nice. There's been some controversy around the casting of Lando Calrissian as Donald Glover as Lando Calrissian. I think there could have been a better choice. He's of the moment, au courant, as they say. He's so hot right now. Donald Glover is so hot right now. I mean, and he's got he's got a little bit of the comic relief that Lando Calrissian was. But one thing that came up was that people think that Donald Glover isn't smooth. Like, he's not suave enough to be Lando Calrissian. What do you think about that, Lolita?
I think he's perfect. I mean, I really love what he brings to Atlanta. He's got his own kind of swag, and I think that that's a perfect transition for him.
Yes, and also, I mean, he's shown the potential to be a little serious in some other stuff. I mean, even though once again, largely played for laughs, but he was in Magic Mike XXL. Laugh if you want to, but that was a quality, fun movie. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the heck out of it. Magic Mike's. That's what we were watching. We were watching Atlanta tonight, and once again, lit as fuck. It was so very lit.
Remember, I wrote a short story a couple years ago called "Appropriate Matters."
Oh,
that's about white appropriation.
Oh,
and it's an amusing journey. that takes a sharp left turn.
Oh yes, kind of like that. So I mean, once again, not to spoil, but I mean, this there's so many levels to this episode of Atlanta that at one point you actually felt bad for the white appropriator because a little. I mean,
absolutely not.
Well, no.
He was so tone deaf.
No. He was tone deaf, but that moment where he was embarrassed by his black wife for being just bougie as fuck. No, seriously. I mean, you gave just a soupçon. No.
No, not a soupçon, not an iota, not a skosh.
Not a skosh.
Man.
Nah, he got none of that. Man. Well, it was a supremely well written, excellent episode.
Because when we start to feel bad, we feel embarrassed that our people are embarrassing the appropriators. Come on. What kind of Ouroboros circle jerk is that?
No, it was more like she was just so out of pocket with how she was treating other people. He felt embarrassed, not so much from a cultural standpoint, but from as a husband. I mean, I've never been married. I don't know what it's like to kind of carry that weight of another person or whatever, but you've been with people that you brought to a party and they've embarrassed the hell out of you.
But then any empathy, sympathy, feel bad I have for him, it's just me flashing back to him talking about why he painted that picture about the Black experience, or him dapping up Donald's character.
Oh yeah, with the extra jive handshake. Yeah, please, white people, we love you. Please don't do that.
And
please
the
don't
shock / disdain that he has for the fact that Donald's character's never been to Atlanta. Excuse me,
Africa. Yep.
And he doesn't know where his tribe is or whatever. It's like, really?
Do you know your tribe? I don't know.
I absolutely do.
Oh.
About 4 years ago, Isaiah Washington, actor Isaiah Washington, encouraged me to do African ancestry.
Oh. And
I did. And I found out on my mother's side, my people are from Guinea-Bissau, and they are the Balanta and Brahma people.
Oh.
So I know
your history.
I haven't been to Africa yet, but I'm going, but
And that and $3 can get you a Starbucks. But it's good to know. It's good to know. It is good to know. I have no idea. But the point of the point of that scene in Atlanta this evening was that who cares? I mean, you can care, but I mean, just asking about that type of stuff.
He tried to culture shame.
Yeah, thank you.
Character by saying you haven't been to Africa, as though he just had coins lying around where he could just roll out to Africa.
Absolutely. No, I culture shame. That's an excellent word for it. Culture shaming. Don't do it, people. Please don't do it. We don't ask you what part of Sicily or whatever your people are from. Just don't do it. Don't do it.
And that's why I had no anything for him when his wife embarrassed him. I had none for him.
Okay, fair enough. So what else I'm watching is Insecure. I like to say it's like the LA kissing cousin. Spiritually, at least, of Atlanta. It's a lot more structured actually than Atlanta is, but it's just as poignant and hilarious. And Issa Rae every week, girl, keep killing it, Issa. Just enjoy it.
It's fantastic. I love it. I love it so much. And again, that the character that's the blood.
Oh, who won't say the letter C in anything.
He's the cherry on top of all of it.
What's up with that Bouch?
What's up with that? Bear Bears. I mean,
not Care Bears, Bear Bears.
Bear Bears.
That's right. And of course, my favorite, the one of the breakouts from the show is of course Molly, played by Yvonne Orji. I think that's her name. Man, I went to school with her. I know her.
Oh my gosh.
We all know her.
So you're 1 degree of separation away from all these black.
Oh no! Oh, I'm sorry. No, I actually did not. No, I'm sorry. I actually did not go to school with Yvonne Orji. I did not go to school with Yvonne Orji. I'm saying I went to school with women like her.
You're going to university shame me.
I'm not.
I went to school with her.
The house, yes, we're very proud. Morehouse. No, I did not actually go to school with Yvonne Orji, but I went to school with women like her.
They were from Mississippi. My black trumps your black.
Lolita's giving you her black bona fides. Please enjoy.
I have my fist balled up right now. You can't see it, but it's balled up.
Don't worry, you're black enough for this podcast.
It's upright, not author balled up.
Lolita, you're black enough for this podcast. Matter of fact, we're already en route to being the blackest podcast yet. And this has been
my pop filters are like really black.
That's why I've been so excited to get her on a podcast.
I have a black mic.
She is Lolita is so plugged into pop culture. She's going to be an asset to this program. What else do we watch? Actually, did you see anything this weekend, Lolita? Because I see everything.
I saw nothing but my computer screen. I'm grinding for this project I'm working on, and so I haven't seen anything.
Working black producer, y'all. WBP trademark.
WBP and writer,
and writer. There you
grinding.
Go. We can't put her in a box. I did see Jack Reacher. I would like to apologize, of course. The unfortunate turn of events Thursday night. We had to cancel games. Thank you for nothing, Heroku hack. We had to cancel our games, and so I got an early start on my evening, and I went to go see Jack Reacher in D-Box. And it was weird. It had potential, but it felt like this strange 90s throwback action movie with a lot of awkward, unnecessarily lingering shots, broadcasting intentions, and with them shoehorning in this like unnecessary, bizarre subplot involving like absentee dads. I mean, it's just I don't get. I mean, it was fine. The action was actually really good. The chemistry between Kobe Smulders, the female lead, and Tom Cruise was good. But what are you doing? I mean, go home. You're drunk. 2 reels. I was over it. And
2 reels. Oh no.
And the funny thing is, Jay Devlin, big shouts, Mostly Sports Podcast. Jay Devlin, a friend of the podcast, he was, all about, Jack Reacher and as well as Ouija and some other movies that were coming out over the weekend. And he basically his basic strategy was going to be to have, a significant amount of Jack Reacher, maybe do a headliner stack of Tom Cruise and Kobe Smulders. And lo and behold, here come Medea. Wow, good morning. Hey, hunty. I can't even do a good Medea voice.
Medea came for her money. She came for her coins.
She, and I was going to have at least one Medea headliner, but my God, she came and swept
when
up.
She comes, she's coming for her coins, and she gets her coins.
Do not doubt the Tyler Perry money-making machine. I know I won't.
Every time you think it's abating, it shows you, nope, it's doubling down.
That's
it's like,
right.
So what? There's a bounty of really multi-layered
and I'm
material.
Busy looking for a plug, so thanks for filling the space, Lolita.
behind that square thing with the brown thing on it. It's called a chest.
Okay, we are live, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm at the hour where I no longer know the names of things,
Unfiltered,
but I can describe their shape.
There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we want to have this be more than a 15-minute podcast. That's right. Okay, so that's what I've been watching. It's been a very video users. Sorry about that. Video viewers. Sorry about that. It's been a fairly low key weekend where we're trying to get our stuff together to give the new call sheets or the new talent pool is up. Make sure you go and fill out your call sheet. And we are actually going to launch into this week's topic. We are doing in honor of my lovely hostess, Lolita Files, live from Hollywood, California, working black producer TM. We are doing movies about Hollywood. Hollywood movies, everybody. Here are the rules real quick. We alternate picks. Once someone picks a movie, that movie's out of play. And to demonstrate, I will go first because I am not a gentleman. I will not let you go first. Okay. So the first movie I'm going to take.
So much for me being special.
The first movie off the board, because I'm down and dirty like that, is of course L.A. Confidential, set in Hollywood with starlets. Period piece from what was that? James
Rollo Tomasi.
Yeah, yes, exactly. From a James Elroy novel, I believe, as if he was on his way right then, and then Gladiator came and just blew him the fuck up. But yes, that was definitely the movie that put Russell Crowe on the map.
Guy Pearce, yeah, him and Guy Pearce.
Guy Pearce, Kevin Spacey. Movies.
Tomasi.
Luscious visuals. Curtis Hanson, rest in peace. Excellent filmmaking.
James, tall, skinny.
Oh, James, I know you're talking about the guy who's in everything.
Yes.
James,
he's Rollo Tomasi. royalty.
Yeah, Cromwell.
Cromwell. Yes.
The God. So
Let's not forget Kim Basinger.
Kim Basinger. That's right.
Part.
Look, with luscious, lovely Veronica Lake like blonde locks. So that's my first pick.
See, I thought you were gonna go full alliterative with that. Luscious Veronica Lake like looks. You missed an opportunity there.
I got the locks in.
Smarty
LLL.
Black man.
That's right. Smarty Artie up in here. The most educated Black podcast you're going to experience all week. Yes. All right. So your turn.
We bring the A as well.
That's right. So now it's your turn, Lolita.
A-A-E.
What is going to be your first Hollywood movie pick? Your first. I mean, we have 5, so start.
They can be old, it can be new.
Anything, as long as they have to deal with Hollywood.
Can I say The Apartment?
Sure.
It's one of my favorite movies.
Go ahead, break it down so may forever indubitably be broke.
About The Apartment?
Please tell us about The Apartment.
It swept the Oscars when it came out.
What year did it come out?
By Billy Wilder. It came out in
1950,
I think it was
right?
like 1960, 61.
Okay.
You have Jack Lemmon. You have Shirley MacLaine. You have Fred McMurray in this incredible role as this hard-ass, selfish jerk of a boss. Billy Wilder.
Yes.
And here's the premise. You've got this really super populated insurance firm in New York. Thousands of employees. I'm not exaggerating.
Okay.
And you've got this guy, Jack Lemmon, and he's just a drone trying to make his way up. He's single. He's got an apartment. And the other married guys come to him to borrow the key to his apartment to have their assignations. And they tell him, let us use your apartment. We'll help you move up. And so he's got a crush on Shirley MacLaine, who's the elevator operator.
Okay.
And the big boss says, I'll move you up, Fred McMurray.
Okay.
Let me use your key. I hear you're the man. He lends him his key. Turns out he's having an affair with the woman who is the object of Jack Lemmon's affections.
No. And this was
darkness ensues.
And this apartment's in Hollywood.
Excuse me?
And this apartment's in Hollywood.
His apartment is in New York.
Oh.
Does it have to be in Hollywood?
It has to be in Hollywood.
Oh.
Or deal with the industry. That sounds like a great movie, though.
Backstory? Okay, no. Then let's go to Swingers.
Why did I think of that? Swingers. Oh,
that's too easy.
Yes, well played. Well played.
Mikey coming out here, Mikey with his friends.
We can cancel the rest of this podcast. Just do Swingers riffs, inside and out. Man, I love that.
You grows up and you grows up and you grows up.
You're all grown up. You're all grown up. Or I mean, even
your money, Mikey. Your money, man.
Your money. You don't even know it. Oh my!
Don't even know it.
Who that movie hits everyone in a real place, especially me. Because when I moved to LA actually I think it was 99, really. I mean, that movie had come out just a few years earlier, and everything they talk about is true. The little speakeasy places with backdoor entrances, everyone wearing those little hipster crap, which I think they wear. Yep.
They do that when they go through the restaurant.
Yes.
Like in Goodfellas.
Yep.
And then they do that scene.
The Reservoir Dogs. Reservoir Dogs. Yep.
Absolutely.
Doug Lyman, the God, coming out
Doug
strong.
Lyman. The classic moment from that is when Mikey calls Nikki and her answer machine, and it keeps cutting him off.
And he keeps recording.
Like a freaking insane caller.
Oh man! And I believe every guy's done at least. Not all the way but at least like maybe 2 or 3 times where we try to like clean up our message, and it's humiliating.
I think it introduced to how many days you're supposed to wait before you call someone.
I still hate that rule. Still hate that rule. That's fairly true. Yeah. Wow. Well done. Well,
you're welcome.
Swingers.
After I went off totally off script with The Apartment, like, oh, my bad. Swingers.
Yeah. So, all right. So now I gotta hit back hard. And yes, I'm cheating. I'm Googling. That's what we do. You know what? Actually, this one's not bad. I like Swimming with Sharks. Swimming with Sharks was good. I remember that. Sharks is good. Yes, Kevin Spacey. You've got your wide, doe-eyed, writer from Frank Whaley, who was recently in Luke Cage.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, and matter of fact, if I think I'm going to a Halloween party this weekend, I think I'm going as Luke Cage. Easiest costume ever. Just get you like a $12 hoodie, jam some holes in it,
Put some
jeans.
smoke effect around them.
Yeah, jeans, and it's drawn a little goatee. Go as Luke Cage. Frank Whaley. I mean, it's basically about the whole Hollywood system, how cutthroat it is. You've got Christian Slater in there. I mean, it's actually Christian Slater was in the stage play version, but it's Mamet. I mean, you can't go wrong with David Mamet. He's amazing. I mean, another one, not a Hollywood movie, but Glenn Ross is David Mamet, of course.
That was just on a couple nights ago.
Was it?
Yeah.
And if they're anywhere in the office.
Prize, a set of steak knives.
Third place, you're fired.
Always be closing.
Always be closing. David Mamet, the God. So yeah, Swimming with Sharks. That's my second pick. Your turn.
A movie that I love.
Okay.
Laurel Canyon.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Mess with me, man.
Go ahead.
I love Laurel Canyon, where you have Alessandro Nivola playing a Chris Martin type character.
True.
You've got Kate Beckinsale. You've got Christian Bale.
Okay.
Kate and Christian are a couple who come out to Cali, to LA.
Okay.
He's out here doing a rotation.
Mm-hmm.
She's working on her dissertation on freaking fruit flies. They're supposed to stay at Christian's mom's Malibu house. She's a record producer. She's really out there. They can't stay at the house. No, she's supposed to be at the Malibu house, and they're going to be at her house in Laurel Canyon.
Okay.
She let one of her ex-lovers have the Malibu house. So when they get to the house in Laurel Canyon, she's there with her rock star lover,
mm-hmm.
and they're making his album, and chaos ensues. Because Kate Beckinsale is there with her boring fruit flies.
Young Kate Beckinsale.
She's lured in by sex, drugs, and rock and roll.
And it doesn't get more Hollywood than that.
Yes.
You
got all the great places. You got Laurel Canyon, which is this historic spot for rock stars who live up in those houses.
Mm-hmm.
You got the Chateau Marmont.
Yep.
If you know this town, Laurel Canyon's a character.
It really is. It's another, and it's like one way in, one way out. I mean, it's
one way in, one way out. You pass all those landmarks, Mount Olympus, that freaking little store that's kind of up in the, set up in the cut, the
mm-hmm.
little town store. I love it.
All right, Laurel Canyon, and going off of very specific places in the Southland, as we call it, Francis McDormand, yes, from Fargo fame. I'm going to piggyback off that with Mulholland Drive. And I have to admit, first of all, I don't remember very much of it because it's very weird. It's a very weird movie. It's David Lynch, and it's fun. Young Naomi Watts just out here on some starlet shit, just trying to get put on, like many of us are, and gets wrapped into a David Lynchian world of weird intrigue and just shady people. And I just remember how the things I do remember about Mulholland Drive is that how much of that part of LA really kind of captured the struggle of the young actor, and those kind of little hamlets of Hamlet, or those little apartment complexes where everyone's on their grind. Yes, I know people who lived in apartment complexes where everyone's on their grind. So yes. I would say it's a Mulholland Drive, very stylistic. Once again, Lynch, crazy man, and young Naomi Watts. That's my third pick.
So I gotta have a third one.
Yep, we're doing 5.
I'll go with The Muse, Albert Brooks.
Oh, I remember that. Okay.
I believe that she's an actual literary muse who will inspire them to write their next hit. Who inspires you to write your next hit? Answer correctly. Answer wisely. She's not telling. Or then they would be your muse. They would be my muse. I can't speak on it. But what I love about The Muse is it speaks to the desperation of Hollywood to glom onto something, some magical thing that they think will help them. And so if that's your hustle, you can come to this town and go, I'm a genie, and all you got to do is align yourself with some successful producer, studio exec, director, make them think you've helped them. They'll set you up in a back house, lace you with jewelry and clothes and money and car services, and they will spread the word, and all their friends will glom onto you too. And so that's what I love about that movie. And here you have Albert Brooks's character. He's long past his last hit. He just received the Lifetime Achievement Award, which is a death knell in this town. And the studio is waiting on his next hit.
Hold on, wait a second. The Lifetime Achievement Award is a death knell in Hollywood?
Basically,
I had no idea.
If you're a youngish person,
okay.
and you haven't made anything in a while, and they give you a Lifetime Achievement Award, that's a freaking death knell.
You're done. Out to pasture. Wow.
Yeah, that's like, oh, you passed your best years. We see you, deuces. And so he's trying to sell this thing to the studio, and he's desperate. He goes to Jeff Bridges, one of his friends, and says, man, I need a hit. And Jeff says, I got this chick. She's a muse. She's staying in my back house. You got to gift her with Tiffany's only. You got to put her up. For starters, you got to put her up at the Four Seasons. She likes being on a certain floor. And he's so desperate for a hit.
As everyone is in this town. Trust me.
Yes. And it's bleeding him dry. He ultimately ends up giving his own bedroom up to her, in which she sleeps in he and his wife's bed, naked. I mean, the levels of the loss of dignity.
Just to get a hit in this town is...
And it's such a hustle, because you don't really know if she's a muse or not. She's just this woman who escaped from a psych ward, but Hollywood buys the hustle.
And like I like to say, everything in life comes down to marketing. # marketing. Well done. Yes, the muse. Great pick, Lolita. My next pick just takes us off the board because I know you're never going to get my 5th pick. This pick has to be Tropic Thunder. I'm just a dude, played a dude, rapped another dude, or however that goes. I mean, this thing could have been fraught with so many problems. Anytime, I mean...
Yo, why do we give Robert a pass on that?
Yo, because he's Robert Downey Jr. in blackface, but just doing it, killing it.
Well, Tom Cruise does a share of appropriation, too, in that last final cut scene where he's dancing. Come on. What is it? He does Get Back, You Don't Know Me Like That. He's dancing to that?
Who knew Tom Cruise is an excellent dancer? That's amazing. I mean, that movie just full of surprises. Ben Stiller. I mean, it was a great comedy, a lot of great laughs, but it's also a great parody of the whole studio system. Actually, and if anyone would know how it goes down on a set, you would know, wouldn't you, Lolita? Isn't that kind of your job these days?
I know how it goes down, man.
It goes.
You know how it goes down in the DMs? It goes down on the set, man.
Down on the set, boy.
It goes down.
Lots of drama, lots of stuff that she can't share with y'all, but man, it goes down. So I love anything, and actually Hollywood quite honestly loves anything that mocks itself, in a very expert fashion. And Tropic Thunder definitely did that. Great film, well cast, a lot of laughs. Matter of fact, I need to add that to my Netflix list again. I need to see that again.
Tropic Thunder.
It's been a while. I remember seeing that actually at a screening when I was doing, the movie reviews and stuff. And that whole place was up in stitches. And anytime you get like a room full of like movie critics, whatever, it's kind of hard to get them to really respond to something. So it has to be really good. It was really good. We all responded to that movie at the screening. So Tropic Thunder, that was some really good stuff. Ben Stiller. Big shouts to you. Number 4, Lolita.
Mistress.
1992. Okay.
Robert Wall.
It's coming back to me.
Is this writer, and he has this old script that he'd been trying to sell for the longest.
Y'all get an education.
Giving up on it. Martin Landau discovers this. I want to make your movie.
Okay.
I got some producers who I want to make your movie, but the condition. You got to put our mistresses in this movie.
So Hollywood.
Mistress.
So Hollywood.
Robert De Niro's character has a black mistress, Shirley Ralph. They all have a mistress. All of whom, none of whom can act.
No talent.
Think Citizen Kane, which is one of my Hollywood movies. That's my number 1.
Okay, all right.
But think Citizen Kane and Kane's his lover, and how he was determined to make her a star. And Mistress is that on swole.
Wow.
And so the condition of like, you can get your movie made, but we're going to put these bad actresses in your movie, so that we can appease them.
Now, would you say,
it's
once
classic
again,
Hollywood.
Classic Hollywood. Now, would you say as, our WBP, our working black producer, TM, that there's in almost every production there's some just throw in, cousin favor. Some what's the credit they always give? Associate producer. It basically means nothing, right? Yeah.
Well, I have some associate producer credit. Stop.
No.
But yes,
when you
one of those titular things.
When you want to pay off a bet,
around,
when you want to satisfy a familial demand, when you want to sweetheart up a lover, you make him an associate producer.
Associate producer can actually be somebody who grinds, but it can also be one of those titular things where they just slap it on you to appease someone.
Give us the real Lolita. We want the real Hollywood.
Yes.
That's what I'm talking about. All right. So for my final film, and like I said, I knew it would be safe. This was, I do believe, my movie of the year in 2000. Now, you were at the real deal back then. Can you remember what?
Yeah, I remember the reels.
All right.
I remember those 4 reels. I remember those. It was an EUR port, bruh. Shout out.
They still around.
Bailey.
Lee Bailey.
That bad boy came in my inbox 5 days a week.
All right. So this was my movie of the year in 2000. He's a cinematic legend. Directorially, he is notorious for never knowing how to end his films, and he didn't know how to end this film either. But Spike Lee's Bamboozled.
Bamboozled was the bomb.
It was
set in New York, but it is a Hollywood.
It is a Hollywood film.
It's about Hollywood,
and
the mythical place, the figurative place. So you went in that, yes.
Yes, he got Savion Glover, fresh off
Bamboozled
of.
was actually the shit.
No,
shit?
Yes.
Say words like shit.
Fuck
shit,
yes.
Shit.
Shit. Fuck yes.
Melde.
Yes.
I'll dress up the shit.
Man, I mean, he had him in black. Was it whiteface? Blackface? It was.
Yes,
whiteface.
Blackface. Yes.
It was.
They were.
There were so many levels to
it.
Sleep and eat. They were cooning for dollars, and Hollywood ate it up.
Rappaport's character. Oh my god, Michael Rappaport's character. Holy crap.
Oh man, that movie is. I mean, if you guys haven't seen it, which you probably haven't, because you guys were probably born after like 1990, you definitely need to see Bamboozled. Excellent film that really does break down, satirically, but also just, really poignantly and like disturbingly how Hollywood just trades off of stereotypes and tropes and cultural appropriation. Seems very much in line with the theme of the evening to make money off of communities that don't have as strong a voice. So Bamboozled.
All right.
And the last one. Lily gets the last word.
I had said it was going to be Citizen Kane, but it's not.
Okay.
And I also thought about Sunset Boulevard, but it's not. It's freaking Network. Because took me to
I'm not gonna take this anymore.
And I'm not gonna take it anymore. And it's set in New York, but it is Hollywood.
Okay.
And it is so prescient because
we're living it, aren't we?
That movie talked about what's happening right now with reality television, the whole thing. You know how Bamboozled had the Mau Mau's.
Mm-hmm.
They had this militant Black organization freaking committing crimes live.
Mm-hmm.
And Faye Dunaway's character was a freaking boss. She was a savage. And poor William
Hurt, right?
No.
Holt.
No. William.
We'll get the right William. Hold on.
It begins with an L. William Holder. Who from Sunset Boulevard? Why can't I think of his name? Because you had Peter Finch. Peter Finch was the mad.
Peter Finch, yes.
He was the mad as hell. I'm not gonna take it anymore. Well, oh God, William
Holden. William Holden.
Yeah, and he's our aging exec who's so wild by her that he leaves his wife for her, and she tells him up front what's so amazing about Faye Dunaway's character. She's like, I'm not very sexual. I pass out real easy. I run out of gas. I save all my energy for programming. I freaking live for making TV pop. So you can have an affair when you want to. You can leave your wife that you want to. She's not gonna go the way you think it is. I know I'm excited to you, but this sex is gonna be whack.
Sorry.
And sure enough, she didn't lie.
And that is a woman who knows what she wants, and ain't nothing wrong with it. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
And I'm of the mindset of when you tell somebody who you are, they should believe you.
The old Maya Angelou line.
William Holden left his wife for her, and she was everything she told him she was, and he had to go tell Tuck back to his wife.
Yes, network.
It is the snake pit that is Hollywood. It is the savagery. It is the shark cage with Jello bars that is Hollywood. Excuse me. It is the shark cage with blood slathered Jello bars. That is Hollywood, where you think you're protected in that shark cage, and the sharks taste that delicious blood, and they just push right through that Jello.
Nom nom nom.
Wrap for your ass.
And that is Hollywood from the inside out.
Yes.
Working black producer Lolita Files. Put a stamp on it. Put some stank on it at the end.
Put
stank on it.
Speck on it. Put some speck on it.
Some stank speck. Yes. Excellent. Good job, Liv. Thank you for those 5 Hollywood movies. And now we're getting to the part of the game which we know is Jay Devlin's favorite part, where we describe what is Cinema Draft and go into our shot list. Cinema Draft is the fantasy sports version of the movies. You draft 10 actors who are each assigned a dollar value salary. You have $100K in budget to try to draft all 10 actors, no more, no less. You have 3 release types of movies: wide, limited, and platform. You must draft 1 actor of each, and these are according to screen counts. And so you also have a 40% headliner bonus, and each movie has 2 headliners. For example, if Suicide Squad earns $100 million, Margot Robbie gets 100 points, while Will Smith gets 140 points. There is that 40% headliner bonus. It is free to play, and our beta is open and live. We have experienced 33% growth from the last week we had games, so please come join the fun. And because of last week's having to cancel games, we have doubled the prize pool. Yes. It is an $800 prize pool, free to play. The $600 feature presentation is our main game with $180 American up top. Make sure you check it out. And so this is the portion that I call the shot list. These are views and you. Sorry, it's late. These are views you can use to pick the winning call sheet. We generally have 3 sections of the shot list. And the first section is called the A list. And these are actors you will definitely want on your call sheet. With Inferno opening this weekend, there can only, what are we even talking about here? Don't overthink it. Get you some Inferno. If you can, headliner stack the Inferno. Get you Tom Hanks and Felicity Jones. It will cost you a pretty penny. It is a wide release. It is a brand new release, and it is going to run you, I don't know. Tom Hanks might cost just $24,000 to the date, probably our most expensive actor, but that just shows you what level of the marketplace is going to dominate. Felicity Jones can be had for $22,800, and I'm sure we'll see all sorts of interesting strategies. Jay Devlin, out there trying to manufacture and jerry-rig a way around these steep prices. So you want to get Tom Hanks from Inferno, $24,000, get you the headliner bonus. Probably going to debut about 35 to 40 million. And also one you can't go without is, I hate to say it, I feel unclean even mentioning it, but yes, get Medea in hers second weekend. Get you just go the cheaper of the 2 headliners. Get you Bella Thorne. She's only 13,600. It debuted at 27 million last weekend if you assume a 50% drop. And actually sometimes I believe his films drop as far as 60%. But even still, even if you drop that far, you're still going to get you 14, 15 points towards your call sheet. And actually with the headliner bonus with Bella Thorne, that's probably going to put you up around 20 points. So just do it, hold your nose and pick it. You add it to your call sheet. You won't be sorry. So the next section is what we call the co-starring. And these are also some good values. It might be flying a little bit under the radar. And as far as value goes, this one's a little bit off the beaten path. I know very little about it. We're going with, okay, let me make sure I say her name right. Aishwarya Rai Bachchan, former Miss World, starring in the Indian, and this is East Indian film I Dil Hai Mushkil. And I have no idea what it's about. I have no idea, who's really in it outside of Miss World, but I know she's a star. I know it's an Indian film, and sometimes these films really overperform under the radar. It's in 290 screens, so that's actually getting you a lot of bang for your buck in the platform release type. So definitely actually, I'd probably headline stack, maybe even do like a 3-pack, maybe even a 4-pack. They're pretty cheap. She's only 7,900 at the platform release type. You could also get her co-headliner Ranbir Kapoor for 7,200. Everyone else is like 7,000 or less. So that might be the ticket right there. I've got no tracking on it. This is obviously, these are a little bit of shot in the dark. We're taping this on a Tuesday, and these generally tend to evade traditional tracking. But when I've noticed some Indian movies in the past, they open really strongly in the community. It's on 290 screens, so I'd say take a flyer at that. It's definitely a co-starring film you want to check out. So I would check out that, because you have to have at least one platform release. And here we go. So now this entirely depends on how many screens it's going to be on. This is another platform release, but it damn near set a record on just 2 screens, and I think it had like is it 18,000 per screen, or it was like 25,000 or something like that dollars per screen. And we're talking about Moonlight. Moonlight will be expanding. We don't know how much. It's going from 4 screens to, I'm estimating 25. If it goes to 100, jump all over it. A lot of Oscar buzz around this movie, dealing with black male heterosexuality in the Black community and its response to it. I've heard a lot of good things. Heterosexuality.
Oh, okay. I thought it was different.
No, yeah. No, I'm sorry. No, sorry.
That's what I thought.
Homosexuality. Thank you. Good catch. Yes. Black male homosexuality and other issues that are normally considered, quote unquote, I'm doing the air quotes for people listening to the podcast, taboo in the Black community. And it's been really well received, well reviewed, and it stars your boy Cottonmouth from Luke Cage, Mahershala Ali. I probably got that wrong. My bad.
He's in everything.
As what Remy Danton
for like speaking in tongues when you say his name.
And Mahershala Ali, aka Remy Danton from House of Cards, aka Cottonmouth from Luke Cage on Netflix, doing his thing. He's headlining this, and Naomi Harris, Bay from Miami Vice, the remake, so good. Or Moneypenny from the James Bond movies, whatever. She's also a headliner. They're pretty cheap. He's only 7,100. She's only 6,900. It entirely depends on what this is going to theater lock at. If it's going to be, I'd even give it a shot, quite honestly, if it was at like 50 screens or more. I'd definitely have plenty of it on my call sheet, because the value you're going to get at platform, where you get 1 point per 100,000 in box office, is going to be just it could probably do 2 or 3 million in platform release on even just 100 screens, and that would get you 30 points at a one actor. Mahershala Ali. That's right. Now we're going to the other fan favorite part of the shot list. This is called the cutting room floor. Skip these losers. And what are we skipping this week?
Wait, are these made by friends of mine? Be careful here. Give me a heads up on this.
Earmuffs. Well, actually, I'm thinking it's going to end up in the dustbin this time. It's probably going to be Storks. Now, Storks had a good run. It's still making 2 or 3 million a week, but at 2,700 screens, an estimated 2,700 screens, still going to be a wide release. It's too wide for its own good. It's running out. You don't need 2 or 3 points for 8,300. For Jennifer Aniston or Andy Samberg, respectively. You need more. And so if you're going to spend, 8,500, just, to go up to Medea, or hell, even do Magnificent Seven at limited for 8,000. You get Denzel at a headliner and limited release, and still probably get twice the amount of points you would get at Storks in a wide release. So skip anything Storks related. It's had a good run. It's made hundreds of millions of dollars probably. It's fine. It doesn't need your support. All right, so skip that loser. And the other one I would say is, kind of paint. Well, so if this stays in wide release, which I don't expect it would, because the marketplace is really, really, actually, no, I'm gonna skip that one. I was actually thinking about Kevin Hart, but he's actually probably going to slip just under 2,000 screens and into limited release, so he'll be fine. But I'm thinking skip Keeping Up with the Joneses. Don't keep up. All right. Don't keep up. They're going to their second weekend off of a lackluster, I think it was like a $5 or $6 million opening on 3,000 screens. No, and most of the times, that I think we covered this in one of our micropods with Jay Devlin, that what a lot of times the studio system does is that with big, with big releases, they'll lock them into these theaters for 2 weeks just off the break. So it's locked into its 3,000 screens. Ain't nobody going to see it. So you might as well skip anything related to Keeping Up with the Joneses. It's only get you 5 or 6 points. As we've already demonstrated, there's a lot of value to be found on this week's talent pool. So, just have that money be better spent elsewhere. All right. So skip those losers, get on with your life. And that is the shot list this week. We are bringing this plane in for a landing. We usually do a section here called Over Under. And the over under this week is Inferno, 30 million. What do you think, Leah? Is it going to be over or under 30 million? I don't think he's in Inferno. He's too busy.
He's in everything, though. I think we should honorarily put him in Inferno. We should retrofit him.
Tom Hanks had no room for Mahershala Ali in Inferno, but on his own, young Thomas of the Hanks.
Young Thomas of the Hanks.
And what I was told was
SNL on Black Jeopardy.
I did not.
Skinny girl do a skinny black woman do for you? Not a damn thing.
I did not see Black Jeopardy, sadly.
It was incredible.
I will have to YouTube it. I will definitely YouTube
give
it.
That 10 Ali.
So Inferno, up over 30 million or under 30 million? Over 30 million. All right, you heard it here first. So since we'll be returning back next week, most likely with my normal co-host Peter Vogt, lead designer of Cinema Draft.
I feel like an imposter. Wow, you just dissed the hell out of me with my note. Winter will be back.
Do you want to come back next week, Lolita?
We really want.
Do you want to come back, Lolita? Because you are welcome anytime.
I'm tagging this one right now, but go.
Peter, you're irreplaceable. We love you, but yes, Lolita is the bomb. So since Lolita made the pick of over 30, I will take the contrarian and go under 30. If it goes over 30, then Peter, you get to have the first pick in our topic next week. If it goes under 30, I will get the first pick next week. Yay for me. All right, wrapping this up, where do we find Cinema Draft? Cinema Draft is available at cinemadraft.co. You click the button that says sign up for beta. You sign up. You get a verification email. You click that link. You get in the game. Where else can you find us? We are on Twitter at Play Cinema Draft, Facebook, Cinema Draft, Instagram. Now, I was about to go off about Instagram. For some reason, they disabled our account. It's bullshit. But we're back on stealth at Play Cinema Draft. What? Medium. Yeah, if you can find them. No, what kind of customer service has no email? No email, no call, no nothing. It's crazy. Medium / at Cinemadraft, where you may also find my now truncated versions of The Real Deal. He Lives Again. 5-line movie time. And we've got probably about 10 to 15 movie reviews stacked up there for you. And we'll probably see something. Yeah. Go to medium.com / at Cinemadraft. I've got reviews. And you can read them in 2 minutes or less.
Wow.
No more 2,000-word opuses on Bamboozled or How Much I Love Sanaa Lathan. We also have a Pinterest, Cinema Draft. Ladies, holla at us. We want you in the game. And also subscribe to this podcast.
So you saying that only ladies are on Pinterest? Because I know some dudes out on Pinterest.
Hey, dudes too, but I think I've been very explicit in previous podcasts that we are making a concerted effort to get ladies into this gaming environment. For whatever reason, it is like 90-something% male. Whereas 52% of the box office are women. So I want us involved. Hell, I came from a woman. I think most of us did. I think I
name from a woman and a game from a.
I get it from my mama. So I want us all involved. Let us all play the game, and let's also all subscribe to the podcast, rate it, share it, tell everyone about it. You can find us at iTunes, Google Music, SoundCloud, or wherever is your favorite podcasting outlet. Just look for Cinema Draft Podcast. We are live once again, double the prize pool from last week with more than $800 of prizes this weekend. Go to cinemadraft.co and sign up for an invite for the beta. Actually, we're past invitation. Just go and sign up. The feature presentation locks at 6 p.m. Thursday. That means our theater counts lock at 6 p.m. That means at what point at 6 p.m., whatever the screen count is, that's what we're rocking with for the weekend. And the game itself starts at 10 p.m. on Thursday, all Pacific time. $180 the first, totally free to play. Results will be posted at 3 p.m. Pacific time, Monday. Thanks for joining us. Thank you, Lolita Files.
It was a pleasure to be here. Oh my God.
WBPTM in the house. Please come back. Please come back. Yes, anytime. And give yourselves a hand. Thanks for listening to Cinema Draft Podcast. We out. Cheers.